Hi everyone, this is Godfrey from RivenLOL.com, here today with my first video from Rivenalysis, which is a new YouTube series where I'll be analyzing different high elo, high intensity Riven clips. In each video, I'll try to explain what exactly is going on, and more specifically, why these players make the decisions that they do, and how it helps them win fights and outplay their opponents. Alright, so now that you saw the whole clip, let's break it down and see what exactly happened that fight. So at the beginning of the clip, Riven is alone on the enemy in the enemy bot lane, farming minions, and Vladimir approaches from the jungle. Riven engages on Vladimir using a pretty standard combo. She dashes to close distance and then uses Q, W, the active from Crescent, and a few auto attacks to deal some damage. And if we pause the clip here, we see that Vladimir has just taken half his health. He's just lost half his health from Riven's combo. And we also see that Aatrox is coming from the jungle to assist Vladimir. Vladimir also drops his ultimate onto Riven at this time because the ultimate amplifies all damage dealt to the champions it hit. And he's hoping that with the ultimate and his damage and Aatrox damage, that they can hopefully kill Riven. So Riven also sees that Vladimir has ulted her, and she also sees Aatrox approaching from the jungle, so instead of using her second and third Q to deal more damage to Vladimir, she instead opts to gap close away a little bit and gain some distance between her and her enemies. This way she can avoid taking too much damage when Vladimir's ult is on her and hopefully win the fight. So we see that Riven uses her second and third Qs to clear some minions and gain some life back through lifesteal, and then she turns around and faces Vladimir and Aatrox. So Vladimir pulls at this time, and Aatrox also ults for more damage. Riven herself also ults, and she's going to engage on Aatrox because Vladimir is untargetable in this pool at the moment, and there's no point doing anything to him at this time. So Riven goes on Aatrox, and notice how she timed her shield. She used her ultimate first to get more AD and thus a bigger shield, and then she timed her shield exactly when Vladimir's ultimate went off, and it actually blocked 100% of the damage that Vladimir's ultimate did. So Vladimir's come out of his pool, and Riven is going to try to fight Vladimir and Aatrox again. So she moves down a little bit after Vladimir comes out of his pool, and because the ult increases the range on all of her abilities as well as her auto attacks, she actually manages to stun both Aatrox and Vladimir at the same time. As you can see, like, this is how I've paused it right now, both Aatrox and Vladimir are stunned. Now, it's at this point that she flashes away because she needs to stall for some time for her Q and E to come back up again. She's just used her W, and her Q and E are both on around 2 to 3 second cooldowns. She still also has the wind slash portion of her ultimate, so she's hoping to stall a little bit, wait for her Q and E to come back up, and then execute one of her targets. So we see that she gets knocked up after she flashes, which is okay because she still stalled a little bit of time, and now her Q and E are both pretty much up. So she uses her Q and E, and she uses the ultimate, the second portion of her ultimate, Wind Slash, to pop Aatrox's passive. So now that Aatrox is healing, he's untargetable, but he also can't deal any damage to Riven. So Riven can focus all of her efforts on killing Vladimir at this time. So she has her Q and her stun up, and notice that she doesn't use her stun immediately. She saves it until Aatrox comes out of his invulnerability state, and so she can stun both Aatrox and Vladimir again for the second time. So that's what happens. She stuns both Aatrox and Vladimir, and Vladimir's already very low, so one more auto attack plus the Crescent active actually kills Vladimir, and now it's just a straight up 1v1 between Riven and Aatrox. Riven has her shield up in 0.1 seconds, and she has a lot more damage than Aatrox at this time. So even though her Q and W are both on cooldown and she has no summoners, she can just straight up out damage Aatrox with her auto attacks and use her shield to avoid any retaliation damage from Aatrox. So we see that this is what happens. She uses her shield to prevent Aatrox from hurting her too much, and then finishes off Aatrox with one last auto attack. And that's how she gets that double kill. So hopefully you enjoyed that analysis of Best Riven NA facing off in a 1v2 against 2 pro players. I know that my explanation may not have been the most articulate, as it was recorded in one straight session and unscripted. Let me know whether you like this first episode of Rivenalysis, if there's anything particular that I can improve on, or if there's any clips that you want to see analyzed. Thank you very much for watching. I'm looking forward to reading your comments and feedback. See you next episode.